this really is my sister's creation. I don't have a day. If I have 40 people come in, I have 30 people raving about the shop and how beautiful it is and how magical it is and how unique it is. And I'm not exaggerating. Time after time after time. Ivanka had been in the Art Deco, Art Nouveau business for a while, maybe 10, 15 years.
I had a lot. I had furniture, I had all kinds of things, and I just liked the look of it. And I opened the store with what I had. This was 1979. And then it got to the point where almost everything I was buying I had to import. The French started to think that there was value in this, the Art Deco. And they started holding up shipments because they wanted to check on this and check on that. And the longer they held it up, you know, the more money I lost because I couldn't sell anything. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I had three choices. Coffee. I love coffee. I could have a coffee shop and I could sell coffee. Or perfume. I love perfume. You know, all the packaging is so beautiful and the bottles, you know. And then the third thing was books.
I had been in the book business years before. Working for people, you know, and I learned a lot about the book business. And I said, well, you know, you should go into books.
And I said, you know what, I don't want to have a dirty old bookstore. I want to have a really attractive store that's visually attractive. Well, you can have that. So I got this book, and it was called How to Open a Secondhand Bookstore. And the guy that wrote it, he wrote everything. He wrote how to make your shelves and what size they should be, what's the best size to accommodate all books. He just wrote everything, and he was really keen on having a beautiful, clean store. So after I read this book, I thought, yes, I'm going to do that. Part of the charm of this store is the size of it. Everything is in angles. I love angles. I think that when people see things in angles, they're looking for a surprise, whereas when they see things lined up, nobody wants to walk to the end of a dead road, you know, so that you see the books when you come in. They're at an angle, you know, and people can walk around them. They can see what's on the other side, whereas there's no mystery when they're all lined up.
This could only happen organically. This is nothing that you'd open up a bookstore tomorrow and you'd have those shelves like that. It's 1 year you have it, then you say, we need more. Oh, we'll jam this in here. Oh, we need more. We better build the shelves to the ceiling. Oh, we need more. We'll put this at a right angle and we'll put this down here. Oh, we need more. We'll put, you know, it just grows and grows and grows. And so eventually it has its own charm along with her style sense and design sense and idea of how to present things.
It's a miracle that we've gotten so many books in here. But you know, it wouldn't be the same if I had some big, easy space. I could put all the angles I wanted and it wouldn't have the charm, right? You know? I think it would be unbearable to work for somebody else where I had to listen to their music all day or no music at all. From the time I get here in the morning around 9 or something till I leave at 4 or 5, I'm listening to all this music that I love. I always liked old French singers, old Spanish singers. They were really presenting the song rather than presenting themselves.
We play a lot of music and we know a lot of this music and we're familiar with all of these artists and everything just because we're into it and we play it all the time. So I'm playing a French singer one day and the group of people walk in and the man says, he had an accent, he says, oh, the little sparrow, Piaf, you know. And I said, well, it's not Edith Piaf, I said, but it is French. And they all laughed, and they looked at each other very knowing. They just laughed. They thought that was so funny. And the woman turned to me. She was from the United States. She had no accent. She said, you have to understand. She said, he knows what he's talking about. You know, he's French. He's from there. He's just visiting us here. And she said, he says, yes. He said, it's Edith Piaf. I said, well, I don't know. I said, either you're not French, and you're making it all up, or you need to go back there and do some more studying because it's Marielle Mathieu, not Edith Piaf. She sounds a lot like her, but it's not her, you know. So you can imagine that I sold a lot from them.
My mother, she loved costume jewelry. she had a vintage costume jewelry store up the street, and that's where I get all the jewelry from her inventory. She had a wonderful collection, you know. People came from all places in Europe because in those days it was really hot in Europe. And they would come and they'd buy thousands from her to take back, you know. Now there are lots of things that I have to remake, restring. When my mother was alive, she and my aunt did this together. Then after my mother died, then my aunt and I started doing it together. One night a week we would do it.
It's only the last year that we really are presenting it like this. When you walked in before, they didn't hit you like this does now. So now that we have these other cases, it kind of highlights it more. They see it better, you know. So this is a fraction of what she's got, you know. There are many people who worked in this shop who have passed on. And the shop continues to be filled and inspired with their energy. My mother worked here. My aunt worked here. A very, very good friend, which was essentially a cousin, worked here. Another lady who was a Serbian lady worked here. There were a couple other people who worked here who all passed on.
You'll be there working and all of a sudden you know somebody passed, but you look up and there's nobody there. No, it doesn't scare me at all, you know. You can't tell me positively it doesn't happen as well as I can't tell you positively it does.
It's a very warm and romantic thing, really. Where do you live?
I live here.
Oh, do you? Where?
Yes. In Tower Grove, but I'm at
Oh, do you?
WashU. Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with your schooling, huh?
Thanks so much.
This store has been a connection with people. We got to know people that we never would have known.
Rhys Davies, he's an actor. He was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he was very taken with the shop.
Barbara Eden, David Brenner, I think Tony Bennett, and Josh Logan, of course.
Richard Harris came in and he bought a bunch of Shakespeare. And at the time, I didn't really recognize him. And I said, oh, you like Shakespeare? And he said, and I heard him say, right, I do. People say, oh, well, the book business is a bad business to be in. No, the book business is a bad business to be in if you're in a new bookstore. Then you're competing with Amazon. Well, Amazon buys from us.
Bookstores aren't dead, and they're always trying to tell you that nobody reads anymore. Well, that's not true. They don't read the same kind of thing they read 100 years ago. Hello, Hammonds Books. Yes. I remember that you ordered those Yan books. Yan Can Cook, I remember. When people would call and ask me to find a book for them, I'd always ask them, what is the reason that you're looking for this? Sometimes it's my uncle, sometimes, you know, the first book I ever read was by this author and it changed my life. So that's always fun. And the other thing is, I put a little gift and a note in every package. And I always put some kind of a label on the front. And I try to find a label that'll match what they bought. And people are so delighted.
What's in the future for this place?
I hope to continue with the bookstore until I can't do it no more. I plan to be that 95-year-old wonder.
I never come here and say, oh, I gotta go in there and I gotta, you know. It's a very comfortable place.
I love this store. I'm so relaxed here. I feel like I'm at home.